welcome to the Loose Boho Reviews. I am your host, Smokey, and joining with me, as always, is my co-host, Spooge.
Hello.
And as always, before we get into the review proper, I have to give the 3 rules of the rating system of this review, of these reviews. First rule is it must be a fraction of 5. That 1 means we hate it, 5 means we love it. Rule number 2, if we want our money back, if we're so disappointed that we want our money back, we give it a good old Jeff Goldblum. And rule number 3, if everybody that's doing the review believes it deserves a 6 out of 5, a God tier, then it will get a God tier. And today we are reviewing
Atragon.
Atragon, yeah.
Atragon. Yes.
It is from 1963. It is a tokusatsu science fiction film.
And also, apparently, the Japanese title is Kaite Gunken, which translates to the undersea warship. I don't know why they decided Atragon for the English.
I don't know, because that's the name of the ship, ain't it? It's the Atragon.
Oh yeah, it is. That's right.
So, to be honest,
Yeah.
the English title is more clever because it's not an undersea warship. Spoiler. It doesn't. It's not for undersea. It's a submarine, but it flies. Ah.
Though I don't know if
So it's
if
not
I don't
undersea.
know if like the direct. I don't know if it's like the direct. Oh, I guess if it's a submarine, I don't know if like the direct like translation of their word submarine means like underwater ship.
It might be. But
Yeah.
since it flies, I gotta point out that just makes this a fancy blimp.
Oh yeah.
It's just a metal blimp. That's all it is.
Did it fly?
It flew. Yeah, it was a flying submarine. That was the whole point
I
of the.
I remember it came up, but I guess I don't. I guess I missed it flying.
How?
I don't know, but like because like it was in the water. It killed. I know it killed Mundo in the water.
Like it was flying the whole time.
Huh.
It might have went into the water, but it was flying, dude. It was a flying submarine.
Not the whole time. It started in the water, like when it was
Then
fighting Mundo and like the.
they did start in the water. They when they launched the ship,
Okay.
they came out of the water, but once they were in the air, they stayed in the air.
I don't know how I missed them because I just for some reason I thought it was just on top of the water. I don't know.
No, it was flying, man. It was flying, but
we might have been quipping too much.
oh, you definitely quit. Oh man, I had to though. It was the only way that I could fucking enjoy this thing. I ain't gonna lie. This was a hard one to watch. Where was the fucking kaiju? This is a kaiju movie. Where was the fucking kaiju? I'm getting a goddamn submarine in a goddamn kaiju movie. I'm jumping at
the submarine movie with a kaiju.
But yeah, this was directed by Ishishiro Honda. Ishiro Honda, with special effects by Eiji Tsubura.
I can never remember if you pronounce the T in that. If it's just Subura, yeah. I don't know if it's like a tsunami thing.
Apologies for the. I'm gonna botch all of these names.
Sorry for our Anglo tongue.
Produced and distributed by Toho, it is based on the undersea warship, A Fantastical Tale of Island Adventure by
Sunro Oshikawa.
Oshikawa, yes, and also the Undersea Kingdom by Shigeru
Tomatsuzaki.
Katsumatsuki, yes. The film star. Yeah, I'm not gonna read date. We're gonna go over that when we go over the plot.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm not surprised that this definitely did feel like it was two stories like mashed together because there's a lot going on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Apparently, a two-episode anime OVA titled Super Atragon, based on the same novels, was produced by Phoenix Entertainment in 1995.
Yeah, I
Little
saw
bit
that and
of
was
the
like,
trivia.
maybe a future thing. Who knows?
I,
'Cause
ooh, I don't know. I
I'm,
don't know.
yeah, I mean, I don't know if it'll be the same of this because it's like a '90s anime, so it might have like some good gore out of nowhere. Who knows?
So, Atragon is loosely based, like we said, on the undersea warship and fantastic uh, tale of island adventure and the undersea kingdom. Uh, the writer of the undersea kingdom also served as an uncredited designer for the film, as he had with the Mystorians and Battle in Outer Space, which I believe are two movies that we're gonna have to watch
Oh yeah.
later. Uh, Shinchi Sikizawa submitted his first draft on August 10th, 1963, following revisions and storyboards by the writer of The Undersea Kingdom. Uh,
Hmm.
the person that submitted their first draft thought thought up of the character of Junji after reading about the Brazilian Japanese groups. Oh God.
Makigumi and Kachigumi.
Yes, I'm gonna just let you go with that. One of which felt that Japan should have won World War II. He saw this as pointless fantasism and wanted to embody this in the admiral whose nationalism blinds him.
Hmm.
Instead of a dragon, Manda was envisioned as a giant rattlesnake. This is there is some debate as to where Manda was always in to whether Manda was always in the script. A snake monster described appeared in the Undersea Kingdom, or whether the beast was added at Tomo, Tomoyuki
Tanaka.
Tanaka insistence, like he did with
Maguma and Gorath.
Maguma and Gorath, which is another movie we will be reviewing in the future.
Oh, is Maguma the fucking big old walrus?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
Let me see.
But Manda's design was changed to resemble a Chinese dragon due to 1964 being the year of the dragon, and this was
Huh.
Toho's New Year's blockbuster. Now, this was a blockbuster. This was a blockbuster. They said that there was some low expectations right there. Uh, Many of the film's most memorable elements. None. There is none. There's not. There was a flying submarine. That's what I remembered. I
I
guess.
remember the Bukaki.
Okay, but yeah, most of the memorable elements weren't added until the final draft, which was finished by September 1963. This includes the uh, Moose attack launched from Mount Fuji, the earthquake assault on
Marinoki.
Marinoki
Marinochi?
in Tokyo, and the Gotogo Zero Cannon. I fucked that name up.
Gotengo.
Good Tango, yes. Shinsky, fucking
Sekizawa.
Sekizawa also hoped that Captain Junji would be played by Toshiro
Toshiro Mifune.
Mifune.
Yeah, I think it's Mifune.
Though he knew his hopes were in vain, as Mifune was too expensive, intended to decline offers for giant monster films. He dodged a bullet there. There was no substance in this movie whatsoever. No substance. This movie. If I wasn't riffing with you, I would have fallen asleep. It was so boring, but we haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah.
I can't believe Sekizawa originally wrote a scene in a late draft of the script where Junji learned his daughter's kidnapping and was prepared to sacrifice her in order to save the world, which triggered an argument between Junji and Kasumi. This was cut by director Honda because he saw the story as a parable of global problems rather than personal problems. Okay, that is true. The Mu attacked everyone. They didn't just,
Yeah.
But the film was originally scheduled to show the Mu Empire also attacking New York City, but there wasn't enough time due to the rushed shooting schedule. Another elaborate deleted scene is expressed in the film storyboards and occurs as the characters arrive on Junji's island. As they drive through the vast wasteland in the Jeep, they are consumed by a black dust cloud. It's fucking Lost. God damn it. Motherfuckers. The Jeep almost drives into a huge pit with Makoto and with Makoto saved by Susumu.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're on to filming. The writer
Shinichi Sekizawa. Oh yeah,
Sekizawa originally wrote the character of Junji for. Yep, we fucking already went over that. However, no one actually approached that actor prior, and by the time casting was underway, Mifune was already tied up in rehearsals for what would be an 18-month shoot for Redbeard from 1965. So
looks like a cool samurai movie.
So Honda had no idea whom to cast as the Empress of Mu, but met
Tetsuko. Kobayashi.
Yeah, Tetsuko Kobayashi. By chance, who was working on a TV show in Toho's lot. Honda found her to be hardworking and very energetic. Kobayashi also applied the Empress's makeup herself. God dang it.
Oh, that's cool. She did her makeup.
Over 70 million yen was spent on the construction of sets and props for the film. By Toho standards, this was a large sum, although less than recent productions such as Gorath. The film's production schedule was shorter than usual, with production beginning September 5th, 1963, targeted for a December release of that same year. Holy fucking shit.
I can see why it was a mess.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. This resulted in effects director E.G. to
Subaraya. There we go.
Subarua, scaling back some effects. Honda originally wanted to show towns and resi- resident residual areas
A
from the
residual, yeah.
for the Mu
Lost where we were.
Empire, but money in did not have enough money in the budget. The film became the 13th highest grossing domestic film of the year, grossing 175 million yen. Damn.
Nice.
So, 5 models of the Gotengo were built for the film, with steel hulls for supporting their internal mechanisms, all at various scales. The largest was 4.5 meters or 15 feet long, manufactured by an actual shipbuilding company for the price of 1,500,000 yen. These versions was fully operational with wings, fins, gun turrets, the bridge, and the drill, all movable by remote radio control devices built into the hull. This model was large enough. Hold
Oh,
on.
okay. That's probably the one thing I would definitely give this movie that even though it was boring, like kind of this the story went slow and there wasn't like too much going on like real quick. The sets were really good. It was definitely like I could tell they put work into it.
Oh
I
yeah,
could
that's for sure.
see if you're just like into like the production of like a kaiju movie and you're like, yeah, I don't really care if it's boring or not. Like, yeah, you go in this just like full nerd, you know.
But yeah, sorry about that. I had to shut my window real quick.
No, you're good. Just filling the dead air.
Yeah, thank you. The model was large. The model was large enough for a technician to lie inside the hull and manually operate some of the ship's movable parts. Damn. Other models
Yeah,
of
that
the
this movie would have been more entertaining to be on the set of just to watch the make.
I wish that that would have been funny if there was a plot twist like the hull broke or something and the dude fell out and the whole time it was just a dude controlling it, a giant ass
A
dude.
giant man. Yeah. Just punches Munda.
Other models of the ship were built to lengths of 3 meters scale, 2 meters scale, and 1 meter scale, and 30 centimeter scale. Altogether, 2 models of each of these scales were built, except for the 30 centimeter version, of which 5 were built. Damn. The 30 centimeter model was used mainly in water tank shoots to depict the Atragon crashing on the surface of the sea. A small mechanical arm was attached to the ship beneath the waterline, proving the ship's mobility from outside the camera's vantage point. The film's highlight in the trail run of the ship highlight is the trail run of the ship, using an indoor water tank with a miniature shoreline placed in front of a huge curved backdrop pointing. The scene was shot in 3 different cuts, each of which used a different scale miniature sub. The initial scene showing the ship surfacing was done by the effects artist without any composition. Damn. The 5-meter model was used to express the illusion of mass as the ship rises from the water tank. The model was attached to an underwater crane that forced the ship through the surface of the pool. High-speed photography was employed with the camera cranking at 10 times normal speed. As the ship began to fly, a 2-meter model suspended by wires was also filmed at high speed. air jets located at the bottom of the model created the illusion of upward propulsion. The final cut of the scene utilized a 1 meter model to depict the ship slowly flying forward in a long shot. The scene where the American submarine Red Satan is crushed by water pressure was done by pumping air out of the model.
Fuck yeah.
The
Ocean
largest.
Gate.
Yeah, you got fucking Ocean Gated. That was some shit. I was like, damn, dude. The largest set of the film was inside Toho stage number 11. Then the largest then the largest on the back lot. An elaborate backdrop measuring 30 feet high and 120 feet long was made for long shots of the Empress and her court overseeing the Mu ritual. The royal congregant
uh, con- contingent. Yeah, contingent.
contingent, the royal contingent, consisting mostly of the wives of American servicemen, was placed as a small platform with the pillars, balcony, and antechambers all painted in perspective on the backdrop. The chamber was filled by 600 male and female dancers, where choreographer was choreographed by Honda to Ikara. Oh, that's
Akira
Akira
Ifukubi.
Ifikubi Mu's ritual music. The destruction of Tokyo, those business districts, required that the Ginza and Mornucci areas were reproduced in miniature on 1/20th scale. The buildings were made of plaster, and only a handful were made with internal steel structures, so that the buildings would partially survive the destruction. When the model was completed, the stagehands crawled under the platforms and partially cut through the main supports. Ropes were then tied to each support beam, and all the ropes were attached to the bumper of a truck. The effects artist's vision of the scene was that the underground collapse would slowly ripple through the city, destroying it in a rolling wave. The destruction of the districts did not go as planned.
Damn. All that's something that's common with this line of work. You do all that shit and then it all fucks up. You can't
When
really just
time
try again.
when time came for shooting, the technician who was driving the truck panicked and drove off too quickly, causing the entire model city to collapse all at the same time. The staff all gasped, thinking the shot was ruined, and the effects artist was surely ordered the set rebuilt for another take. The effects artist stood silently for a while, contemplating the situation, and he finally announced that he could take care of the matter in editing room.
Yeah, whatever. I'll just edit it.
That must have been
Fuck
a
that.
tense, silent moment.
Yeah. Oh man, that truck driver too. That's something I would do. Just like, oh.
Oh man. Okay, so the attack by the Mu submarine on Tokyo Bay was done in the huge 100 centimeter water tank located outdoors on the Toho backlot. 10 miniature tankers were constructed, each to a different scale, the maximum scale being 1/20th and the smallest being 100th. Those ships were distributed in the water tank to create a forced perspective, adding greater depth to the scene. than the confines of the tank would normally allow. Since the scene was shot with high-speed photography for more realism, a great amount of light was required for filming. Natural sunlight was significantly bright for filming only between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m., so preparations were made from sunrise to ready the set for a tight afternoon shooting schedule. 6
Damn.
automatic remote control cameras shot the scene simultaneously as 6 miniature ships exploded in sequence. Conventional animation was used to add the Mu submarine ray to live action. The aqua lungs used by the Mu agents cast cost 70,000 yen each, with an additional charge of 100,000 yen to Toho for costume design of the suit. Although 30 such aqua lungs were built, each was fully functional for underwater. Altogether, 30 such aqua lungs were built and each was fully functional underwater use. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. You could actually like
Fuck
wear
yeah.
those and they work.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. The underwater sequences were archived through camera filters and smoke machines. The immense,
Immense.
immense wall of smoke and flames which erupted from the explosion of the Mu power chamber was created using a small water tank against which a camera was secured upside down beneath the waterline. Sky backdrop was placed behind the water and color paints were poured into the water, creating bellowing smoke-like clouds. That's fucking cool. That's a cool way to fucking do that. I feel like they could have just made smoke, though. I feel they
No,
went
they
a little
gotta.
overboard.
They're going overboard on everything.
The Mu submarines, which were destroyed by the ship freeze cannon, were 2 centimeter models built to float upside down in the water tank. The ice flow in which the subs were trapped prior to their demise.
Demise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Demise consisted of paraffin. The scene where
Shingugi.
Shingugi strikes team uses free ray guns on attacking Mu soldiers was done using matte paintings. The underwater
Huh.
sequence were archived through camera filters and smoke machines. We already went over that.
Yes.
And that was the production.
Best thing about the whole movie is the production. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and I wish the production, like the exciting parts of the production, was able to translate into the movie, but it just
Mm.
did not.
No.
So, the legendary empire of the lost continent of Mu reappears to threaten the world with domination. Oh, I kind of just jumped into that.
Yeah, I was like, we're like, oh shit,
we're
gotta run it back up to the plot.
yeah,
We're doing the
we're
plot.
back. We're back now that we done production. We're in the plot. My bad. I want to get this over with. It's gonna be so fucking boring. Okay.
We already have like like 2 other movies on our minds too.
Yeah, and they're so much better than this. They're so much better than this. But, alright, so for the plot. The legendary empire of the lost continent of Mu, which is actually an actual mythical lost continent that you can research if anybody was wondering, reappears
Moo.
to threaten the world with domination. While countries unite to resist, an isolated World War II captain has created the greatest warship ever seen, and possibly the surface world's only defense. While on a magazine photo shoot one night, photographers Sumuso and Yoshito
Yoshito.
witness a car drive into the ocean. While speaking with a detective the next day, they spot Junji, daughter of deceased Emperor Captain Junji, who is also being followed by a suspicious character. Her father's former superior, retired Rear Admiral Kusumi, is confronted by a peculiar reporter who claims contrarily that Captain Junji is alive and at work on a new submarine project, foreshadowing his real identity a little bit. The threads meet with a mysterious taxi driver who attempts to abduct them, claiming to be an agent of the drowned Moon Empire. Foiled by the pursuing photographers, he flees into the ocean. During another visit to the detective, a package inscribed Moo arrives for the Admiral.
Subtle.
Contained within a film depicting the thriving undersea continent with its own geothermal sun, demanding that the surface world capulate and prevent
Capsulate?
capulate and prevent Junji from completing his Atragon submarine. Oh, I guess it's the type of submarine. The name of the submarine is the
Is it Atragon submarine and it's the Gotengo?
yeah.
Okay. They should have called it Gotengo.
Yeah, but hey, it's an Atragon, so it still
It is an
still
Atragon.
fits. So the UN realizes that the Atragon may be the world's only defense and requests the Admiral appeal to Junji. Concurrently, Makito Stalker is arrested and discovered to be a naval officer under Junji. He agrees to lead the party to Junji's base, but refuses to disclose his location. After several days of travel, the party find themselves on a tropical island inhabited only by Junji's forces and enclosing a vast underground dock. Sorry, I gotta take a swig.
Take a sweet.
Eventually, Captain Junji greets the visitors, though he is cold toward his daughter and infuriated by the Admiral's appeal. He's built Gotengo, he explains, as means to restore the Empire of Japan after its defeat in World War II, and insists that it be used for no other purpose. Bakito runs off in anger, later to be consoled by Susumu. Gotengo's test run is a success. The heavily armored submarine even elevating out of the water and flying about the island. When the captain approaches Makoto that evening, they exchange harsh words. Again, Susumu reproaches the captain for his selfish refusal to come to the world's aid. After Makoto and Susumu are kidnapped by the reporter and the base crippled by a bomb, Junji consents to the Admiral's request and prepares the ship for war against the Mu Empire. The Mu Empire executes a devastating attack on Tokyo and threatens the surface and threatens to sacrifice its prisoners to the mysterious deity Manda, the fucking kaiju of the movie, which has not appeared yet. The kaiju has not appeared yet.
I think
There's
he
no
like. I
kaiju.
think we get a quick glimpse of him like through a door. You see it like him is like him
We see
slithering
his
by. Then you see his face real
scales.
quick, and they close it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we see his scales real quick.
he seems like he's trapped. Like he
Yeah, he
can't get
doesn't
out.
seem like he wants to be there.
Yeah.
But uh they're gonna sacrifice the prisoners to the kaiju of the movie if the submarine appears. The submarine appears, pursuing a Mu submarine to the Empire's entrance in the ocean depths. Meanwhile, Susuma and the other prisoners escape their cell and kidnap the Empress of Mu. They are impeded by Manda, but soon rescued by the ship, which then engages the serpent and freezes it using the absolute zero cannon. Junji offers.
Absolutely murders it. There is no fight there. It just that Manda finally got released out of his prison. And he was stretching around, going, "Oh, finally!" And then they fucking shoot at him, and then he's like, "Oh!" Then he kind of chases him, and they just fucking freeze him. It's all within like I don't know, like 5 or 10, like not even 10 minutes, like 5 minutes.
Junji offers to hear peace terms, but the proud Empress refuses. The captain then advances the ship into the heart of the Empire power room and freezes its geothermal machinery before successfully escaping to the surface. The results in a cataclysmic explosion visible even to those on deck of the surfaced submarine. Her empire dying, the Mu Empress abandons the Artango, and Junji and company, looking on, swims into the
Conflagration.
conflagration, and that is the fucking movie.
Conflagration. I've never heard of that.
I
I've
don't
never
know
heard
what
of that
that.
word.
I don't know what that's about. But they was the
I guess the destruction. You know, the
that was
aftermath.
the plot, and even reading the plot has made me tired.
Yeah.
Oh, Manda is gonna appear later in the 1968 movie film Destroy All Monsters, and he also appears alongside the submarine, the original and updated version,
Oh.
in Godzilla Final Wars.
Oh.
Alright, let's get into the
Oh yeah.
release.
I could have
Ortega.
swore the Moo came back, but I guess that was a different. I guess that was a different underwater civilization.
I think it's just a bunch of
That
aliens
was. I
that
thought
come
for some
back.
reason I thought they came back with Megalon versus Godzilla because there's a space people and the underwater people, but I guess those are different underwater people.
Maybe it is the Moo Empire though. I can't remember. I don't remember them calling
Yeah.
it the Moo Empire. So,
Yeah.
but Ortega was released in Japan on December 22nd, 1963. It became the 13th highest-grossing domestic film of the year, grossing 175 million yen. Ortega became a popular feature on TV and at film festivals. In fact, it was so popular that it was re-released in 1968 as the support feature for Honda's Destroy All Monsters. It was also the 1964 Japanese entry at the Trieste Science Fiction Film Festival. American International Pictures afforded the film as successful U.S. theatrical release in 1965
with minimum changes in quality dubbing by Tintra Studios as a double feature with The Time Travelers. The new name Atragon derived from Toho's international titles. Uh,
Toragon.
Atragon is presumably a contraction of
Contraction of yeah.
atomic dragon.
Atomic Dragon.
Fuck
Wait,
yeah,
why?
boy. A colorful moniker for the titular juggernaut.
Oh yeah.
However, IAP's dubbed dialogue refers to the Gatango by the name. Or
That's why I thought it was the name. That's why I thought it was the fucking. They say it's the name in the dub.
Atragon, the shortening
Oh,
from 4 to 3 syllables, was the choice of IAP since several European makers released the film as
a Toragon, a
Atragon
Tarragon.
in Atragon Atragon in Italy and Atragon in France, while Atragon became Toho's first tokusatsu egma visual effects film released on home video in 1982, and the film is exceptionally popular among Western tokusatsu fans.
Not this one.
That is for sure. Atragon was not released on home video in the United States until Media Blasters DVD in 2005, although the film was in constant television syndication in the US until the early 1980s. Media Blasters had intended to use the original Tintra Studios dubbing, but Toho forced the company to use its international version. The alternate dubbed version syncs up precisely with the Japanese video, but fans generally considered the international dubs to be inferior.
Oh, come on, internet.
Oh, okay, you still there. You still there.
Yes. You just
Okay.
I mean I've been kind of accidentally interrupting you because like I'm getting the time crime type of thing where your audio's lagged for me and then you get all sped up.
Oh,
That must be annoying, but that was the plot. That was the release. I mean, that
Yes.
was all the release information.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. I don't see why this is so popular. This was
I could
apparently
kind of understand.
it doesn't have a critical rating on Rotten Tomatoes, but it only has a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hmm.
So I agree with that.
Hmm. I think for just generally like I think the production is probably what makes it so appealing too. I mean, like people just who are interested in like the sets like that. I mean, it's definitely like one of the more boring kaiju films, but it's certainly not the worst one I've seen. Like, I didn't like. I don't think I had as hard of a time watching it too. I probably could have watched this by myself fine. It would have been a little boring, but I don't know. It's I think for the time and like what it was trying to do with like it. I mean, they're really trying to make it like obviously Mando wasn't the reason why they made this. They kind of just added him later to have a monster for it to fight. Like this is all about the Gotingo.
Yeah, and it's just what I'm not there. I'm not interested in the submarine. I want the fucking mon. I was
Yeah.
waiting for the monster the whole fucking time, and we only got it for it to die.
Yeah.
So
It's definitely an afterthought.
I believe we can get into final thoughts.
Yes.
Do you want to go first, or am I going first?
I will go first, just in case I get my audio breaks out here. Uh, um, I'm trying to remember what I gave this. because we kind of put this we did put this review off a little bit, and then we watched a couple more kaiju movies that'll be coming up like in between before we reviewed this. So my memory's a little fuzzy on this because somehow I forgot that the fucking submarine flew. Um, but it kind of brought me back. It kind of brought me back to the nostalgic feeling of like watching those like weaker kind of like kaiju films, but like it's still one you haven't seen, so you're still gonna push through it and try to wait for the monster. um, it's what we had to deal with. Being a kaiju fan, it's most of the time it isn't perfect. You ain't gonna get what you exactly want. But there's, I mean, the art behind this. I mean, I definitely, my opinion went up hearing about the production, and it brings me back to, it's just the artistry and the meticulous like shit that they got to do just for like little things that even just end up failing and not working. Like it's just what a great time for kaiju films. I give it a 2. To be nice, yeah, give it a 2. It's fine. It's not the strongest one. I wouldn't really watch it again. There's a lot more like even bad ones I'd probably want to watch again, but I respect it. I respect it. There
All
you
right.
go. Oh yeah, and Bukaki. Gotta watch out. Kaiju's gotta watch out. They think they're so indestructible, but a whole bunch of white stuff gets shot at them. They done.
Oh man. All right. So I'm in full agreement with you. I'm gonna give it a 2. Submarine people are gonna fucking love this. This is
Mhm,
definitely for those people that niche audience that just love fucking submarines. Like you're gonna
mhm.
enjoy the fuck out of this. It's just not for me. It's I'm more for the monster, and we don't get the monster. We don't get the monster. I'm just gonna you you don't get it. They tease you with it the whole time, but that's it. There's no destruction of no city or anything. I definitely gotta give it a solid 2. I don't like it. It's it's just so boring. They just they just
Yeah.
focus so much on the humans. It's like it's not, and then we start focusing on the submarine, and then we never give the monster any time, any build up whatsoever. We don't even focus on the main villain, the Muin. Like they don't get any like plot built. Like there's nothing to them. They're just the thing that's causing shit to happen in the movie. Then and
Mhm.
they don't really seem to be affecting anything. Like everything doesn't seem to be coming to a cataclysmic stop. Everything seems to be normal throughout. It's just like, oh,
Yeah.
we gotta stop this one empire from causing national disasters that aren't doing anything to us.
Yeah, I think they finally like attacked Tokyo with like the like earthquake thing.
But they barely even
But
attacked Tokyo.
yeah. And then they're supposed to attack New York, but then they got cut out because they didn't have enough time.
Yeah, you
They didn't give
said.
us enough time too.
Oh, definitely not enough time. Not enough destruction. They, like I said, they
Mhm.
focused so much on the humans. It was all the humans talking, just all the fucking time. Just humans talking about nothing, about literally no substance to their conversations whatsoever. I don't get it.
And we watched a dub, didn't we?
Yeah, we watched it dubbed.
And this is the dub when they're putting on the Japanese accents.
Yes. Yes, they are. But hey, they
Oh.
gotta take what you can get. But yeah, and it's just it's bad. It's a bad movie. It it deserves the 2. And I can't say anymore. I mean, there's nothing more to say.
Mhm. There you go.
I respect the artistry, like you said.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so I think that's it for the review. I think this is where I go. If you've been listening to us this long, would really appreciate a like on the video. Comment what you think about the movie down below, and subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. And this is the part where I go, hey, does any of my co-hosts have a sign off?
Oh, it's time to do the smoke spot of the movie. 420 smoke spot, get fucking lit. Oh, I'm gonna choose the Manda's Chamber in the Empire of Mu because he seems real chill. He never really did anything aggressive. He was just kind of just chill and wanted some space. I feel like he needs a little bit of some second hand, to get him through another day.
Fuck yeah, I would.
Fucking
I
big Falcor looking motherfucker.
I agree. I agree with that. I want the door open. I want to be able to hang out with them, see them.
Yeah.
And this is the part where I go, all right. Remember to tell your children that cats die, music fades, and art, but art is for keeps. And go hell, Henry Sabrowski, and Marcus Parks and Ed Larson's motherfuckers.
Oh yeah.
This will be a bye-bye for the review.
Bye bye.
冷戦砲発射用意。
衛星砲発射用意。